Okay, we're recording. Hello, Uggies Worldwide. I'm Dave Kassler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. Today we're going to look at a question from Steve Felkner, who is KE5SF, and he lives in Arkansas, okay, which is important. He wants to know how to contact Alaska on 10 meters on FT8. When is the best time and frequency to make contact? Any information would be helpful. He wants to do it on 10 meters. So clearly he's going for some 10-meter award, or now that is a... He has an amateur extra call sign. So that would mean he doesn't have any frequency limitations. He's not limited to 10 meters because he's a tech or anything like that. You can get to places like Alaska anytime. Now, here's one of the problems. Alaska is a very, very big state. It's huge. It's about half the size of the continental U.S., but there aren't very many people in it. There are very few people, mostly on the coastlines, some inland for doing other things. A very interesting place. I've been to Alaska. It's beautiful. The thing is, let me just draw a picture of what we're trying to do here. Here's the United States with Alaska, which is a chain of islands. Okay, here's the continental U.S., and here's Texas and New England, and here's Arkansas. R-A-R, I think that is. Here's Arkansas, here's Alaska. Okay, these are separated by a great distance. 10 meters is fine for doing that. I don't know that you could get a gray line going up there. That's possible. But if you wanted to do this in just with 10 meters, okay, so you're talking about 28.074 megahertz, which is the FT8 frequency that he's trying to use, okay? That's FT8. Now, it is possible to set up FT8, so instead of CQ, it can say CQAK. Okay, you'll have to read the instructions on how to do that, but people have to know that you're looking for Alaska, all right? So I would say, I mean, just off the top of my head, 10 meters in the early afternoon. 10 meters, say from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., because you're several hours ahead by daylight. Now that it's getting to winter, 10 meters is going to go away a little bit. But that would be about the optimal time to do it. You'd use the normal FT8 frequencies, okay, 10 meters sometime in the early afternoon, because it'll be early afternoon here too. And you'll get a chance at a signal like that. 10 meters is a funny band. It's kind of half VHF, half HF, sort of like 6 meters is technically VHF, but sometimes it acts like HF. You want to look for openings when there's a lot of people on the band. You know, you tune your system, your WSJTX software for that, and there's a piece of software called JT Alert that you can get. It's free. You can download it, and it allows you to scan what's going on FT8 and alarm when you get things like Alaska or something like that from up there. You might also put into the alarm like the Yukon province, which is geographically near Alaska. So this will allow you to make that contact. Now, I'm going to warn you, this is not an easy contact to make, okay? 10 meters is a band that really hasn't fully awakened yet. Whenever there's extra sunspot activity, we just had a big solar flare, you can look after the solar activity settles down, and the geomagnetic field settles down, you can get some phenomenal propagation for a few hours. Now, there's another way you can do this. And this is not considered cheating. This is normal. Find somebody who knows a ham in Alaska. Or go to the web and look for ham clubs in Alaska. And write to some of the members and ask them if they will make a schedule with you to try this on 10 meters. This is perfectly normal and perfectly acceptable, because then they can be on at that time and make the contact with you. Now, you'll both want to upload that to Logbook of the World so that you can get credit for the awards and things like that. It sounds like you're working on 10-meter worked all states. And Alaska's a challenge. Also a challenge are some of the nearby counties, because the skip zone for 10 meters, it's going to skip a time or two to go to Alaska. And all this stuff that it skips over in the first hop is going to be difficult for you to get. I would recommend that your antenna be a vertical. Okay. Now, 10-meter antennas aren't very big. They're 5 feet or 15 meters. I'm sorry, 5 meters or 15 feet. And you can stick one up on the roof. It hardly shows. Throw out some radials. And you've got a 10-meter antenna. Tune it right for that FT8 frequency. And you've got something that'll have pretty low amplitude. I'd go ahead and put it up high, because it's going to lobe on you. You're going to have some lobes. And let me show you what that means. If you have a 10-meter antenna on the ground, and here's your radials, okay, the lobe, you're going to have one lobe, and it's going to be out here, and it's going to be about that high, really. Okay, one lobe all the way around. It's a donut pattern. Now, if you put some height under this, here's what happens to the pattern. You lobe. Like this. Okay, and you've got these 3 donuts circling the thing all the way around. It's over here too. So you've got a couple cones of silence. Very, very deep nulls. Okay, however, this bottom one, and granted, you've got power in these other lobes too, but this lowest lobe can be very low. And this might be just the trick to get you what you want. Okay, experiment with different heights and so on to get over there. Some people go to tremendous lengths to get that one last contact that they need. But now, since 10 meters half-wave is 5 meters, or 15 feet, if you've got this up on top of a garage at like 25 feet, okay, you're a wavelength plus, so it will lobe, but it may be just what the doctor ordered to do that. Okay, there's no way that I know of to change the lobes without changing the height of the antenna. Okay, now I know that almost all manufacturers give dB gain figures for their antennas in dB, and they don't mention the lobing. Okay, and what they're giving is the performance of the antenna in free space. Well, the only people I know of who live in free space are the astronauts. Okay, anyone else has got a ground to work with. I suppose you could go aeronautical mobile up into the stratosphere with some sort of a balloon or something, but you have an awful long feed line to do that. So this gives you some ideas on how you can contact Alaska. I would recommend that you get a hold of a club up there and see if any of their members will set up a schedule with you. A schedule in ham radio parlance is called a sked. Set up a sked with you. Okay? Hope that helps. We have a giveaway going now, giveaway number 3, which is an HF SIGs Micro BITX version 6. And that will be given away the last Thursday in October at the live stream. What you need to do is send me a postcard, a QSL card, or just one sheet of paper in an envelope. Note that postal rates have gone up quite a bit as of yesterday. I noticed that when I'm mailing some thumb drives. So you can get these, to submit for this, put your name, shipping address, your call sign, and your phone number on whatever, and send it to me. Mark it as giveaway number 3. Now, I would highly recommend that you send it at least a week prior to that last Thursday, because I've got several here that came late for drawing number 2. They cut it too close, and the Postal Service is taking up to a week to get mail here. So what I will do is on the day of the live stream, I'll go down to the post office in the afternoon, gather up all the entries, send them to Dave Kassler, P.O. Box 98, Ridgeway, Colorado, 81432. Please share this video with your friends. Click like, subscribe, do all those wonderful things. And until we next meet, 73.